Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here and welcome back to another episode here on the YouTube channel. In today's video, we have a game against Brighton at the American Express Stadium as we are looking to fight relegation yet again for the second season in a row in the Premier League. Without further ado, give the episode a like to subscribe to the YouTube channel. A lot of you that are watching aren't subscribed, so please click the big red button down below and leave a comment and let me know how your save is currently going as well. We're going to get into the recent form, how we've moved from being dead bottom to 14th, and what system we've been using to do this as well. And look, to be fair, I'm going to start with the results because the results have been a bit interesting. Since the opening day against Bournemouth, we lost to Chelsea, we lost to Liverpool, we lost the Leeds in the Carabao Cup in a penalty shootout. I then got off stream, woke up this morning to play a couple of games before going to work, and we drew to Spurs and beat Man United before losing to Aston Villa. We've then been on stream, we drew 0-0 to West Ham, we lost 2-0 to Newcastle, we beat Leeds 3-1, drew to Brentford 0-0, and beat Leicester 2-0, which means in the last 5 games, boys, we've kept 3 clean sheets. As you can see, it's been the 4-2-3-1 as the system, so we haven't changed system, we have. We've just gone into the possession-based 4-2-3-1. We seem to be losing lots of games, but we're playing in the balanced 4-2-3-1. Obviously, it's a pretty tough start anyway. But I moved to it against Spurs, and we did find a way, which was great. And we were 10 men in that game. We got a point. I moved to it late doors against Manchester United in the 70th minute to try and nab something. We won. I was 2-0 down against Aston Villa, went into it, got to 2-2, conceded one in the 75th to lose, and then just stayed in it since. And outside the Newcastle game, we're well and truly pumped at St. James's Park. The rest of the games have been pretty damn good, and we look fantastic at the moment. What that means in terms of the data hub, for those that are wondering, is that we currently sit in 14th in the data hub, and we currently sit in 14th in the table. We're slightly underperforming across the board. However, we're in a pretty good spot to try and survive. Today's episode isn't just going to be about Brighton, though. Have a look at the run of fixtures we've got right now. I know we had a really tough start for a year, and I know it's very similar to what's happening in April. These are the run of fixtures that are going to decide, are we fighting relegation well and truly like last season, we're going to be in and around? Or are we a team that they're not going to get involved in a relegation fight and finish anywhere between 13th to 10th? I would love to be the latter, but we might not be. It's important to mention, though, after our first 4 or 5 games, we're only on 1 point in the league before going on this little bit of run of getting some points. So it's nice to know that we've gone from bottom to this position. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you the Brighton game as the live comp. We're then going to come back after Fulham, and I'm going to recap the Burnley, Norwich, Swansea, and Fulham games for you all, so you guys know exactly where we sit, and hopefully we'll have a pretty good game. Norwich has just beaten Arsenal, which is not good for us. Burnley got a point against Manchester City. That's also not good, and Leeds beat Spurs. That means that this game here against Brighton is massive for the context of this season. In terms of the team, we're looking okay. Important to note, Arf is wanted by a Saudi club, but there's no way I'm selling him. Should probably be playing for England by now. Arriga, is doing this, and we just tied him down to a new deal which has a 182 mil release fee. If we do get relegated, though, we still get 60 mil, which, look, to be fair, he's worth more than that, but I would take 60 mil no matter what. Udogie's been in very good form of late. Koulibaly's finally got called up by the Ivorian international team, but did not get a cap, which makes me very interested as to why he did not get a cap. And Arthur's nearly getting to that stage. There's no green arrows to support this. He has been growing to maybe look at getting Cozy Dewberry out the team, but Cozy Dewberry is a player that we have a lot of time for, of course, as well. Lucky last, I want to speak about Pavlovic. He's definitely becoming our best player. This wonder kid is just doing bits. He's physically so well-rounded. He's mentally so switched on. He's got great technicals. He's never coming out the team unless he gets injured. He's got 5 returns in 11 games. He's been our biggest outlet. And for those wondering if Christos is doing the job, he played at a relegation side in the Serie A and got goals, and he's already got 4 in 10 for us. If that means that, he's going to be roughly about the 12 to 15 goal mark come the end of the season. And to be fair, I'll take that right now. If he told me he's going to get 15 goals and Pavlovic is going to chip in and, etc., I'll be pretty happy. Important to mention, Herman's doing a pretty good job too. He's developing pretty well. Part of me thinks he could be even good for, a loan, but I honestly think he's better than Mullen now, and he needs to be on the bench, the 16-year-old. He's got good pace and good ability. He hasn't played well in any games he's come on the bench for me in the 2 that he's played. And lucky last, for those wondering how the loans are going, look, so far, so good. We don't care about anyone really down on this list here. Alan Wood is developing pretty well. I still think he's a little raw at 20, but we might be able to sell him on for big money. Monroe doesn't really matter as well. He's just here. Jared Cunnington, I'm at Sunderland. For those wondering how he's going, 14 appearances, 13 starts in the championship. He is looking good, and I really think that this guy's going to grow into being a monster of a ball-playing defender and play for England. Tyler Owen, obviously one of our guys that came through youth intake, he's got 6 goals and 2 assists in 12 games in League 2, and he's developing pretty well. He's mentally started to come on as well, as Blues Forever comes in and says g'day in the chat. G'day to you, mate, where you're watching from. And lucky last, a player I want to speak about for a second is Ryan Ashke. We loaned him out last year, we loaned him out this year. Have a look at how good his mentals are taken off. He's also got pretty good technicals, and the physicals are looking very good too. So Ryan Ashke is a player that I really wanted to highlight as well here, YouTube. Of course, live on stream, so links down below to come follow us live on Twitch. And let's get into the team that is playing Brighton in today's live com episode. And Blues, for everyone, whatever questions you have about FM, please ask away. I'll ask them as well. From Birmingham, England, just like my new save in FM. Beautiful. Good old Birmingham save. Man, remember the days of Zigic. Mr. 6'9" up front. Just, the days, mate. The days of Zigic. Anyhow, Arthur's in goals. Ashby out right back. Riga, and I'm going to play Quansah. He's been complaining about minutes. I think Quansah's good enough to go out here and play this as well. Destiny Udogie, Mariba, Koulibaly, Dewberry. Savolo has been developing very well and is worthy of a spot. But we're going to leave him in for this one. Pavlovic and Kristovic, and let's get into this game here. All right, into the tunnel we go. If you carry on your last performance, we'll do well on this one. Hopefully the boys will. Look, away from home we haven't been great, but we're making the Swansea Stadium, even though it's not our home stadium, a bit better. Still a decent little Brighton squad there. You had Joe Pedro up front. They got relegated. Joe Pedro would probably be a very good player to look at. Matoma's out there too, but Matoma on FM's not got as much love as Matoma should have because he's very good in real life. But yeah, look, a win today gets us 6 points clear of Brighton, and already in the back of your head you're going, okay, that's not a bad spot. But I'm telling you right now, if someone offered me a draw, I would take it. I still got a Stupian dunk. Harry Maguire's now back at Brighton as well. And here we are. Humphreys flicks on. We're 1-0 down. They did not look offside at all to me. I'm pretty certain we're going to be 1-0 down. Now, I was on the wrong camera angle, and it has been given offside, so we're very lucky. But we fell asleep there, and Arthur really didn't cover himself in a lot of glory either. They're all offside, so good line, boys. Good line. Right, another set piece here for Humphreys. Into Shaw, and that's blocked. Harry Maguire will pick that one up, though. And there we are. I said he was back at Brighton. He played at Leicester, no? That's a pretty bad call from me there, too. Anyhow, 57% ball and possession. No chances of our own, though, in the match highlights. Maybe this will change now as Ariga finds Koulibaly. Ariga, Ashby, needs to go on a run here. Needs to find space. Needs to get a ball across the box. He lips one in there. Kristovic is a big boy. Pavlovic. Okay, Verbruggen's made a mistake. We lead 1-0. Pavlovic scores at the back stick. And thank you very much, Van Bruggen. Verbruggen has let that one in. It just reminds you like real life Brighton at the moment, not being able to keep a clean sheet. That is a tame header, very easy for the keeper, and he just spills it into the back of the net. We'll take it. We lead 1-0. 65% possession. Harrison Ashby now comes off with an injury. I think it's like for like here for Noah Hay. Now, Noah's not been great either. I really need to find a right back. I think that's the next one we need for this team is a right back. And hopefully of us being, hopefully at the end of this episode, we're emerging more as a mid-table side, we can get a right back. Kozia Dewberry throws one into Cerevolo. The Brazilian beats one, chips one. Mariba! In the end, it was blocked initially, fell back to Mariba. He scores his first ever goal for the football club. And Mariba has scored finally in a Wrexham shot. In a Wrexham shirt. A long throw, but not really a long throw. We don't have a long throw specialist, so maybe a right back that can take a long throw might be something that we could pick up. Headed, Dunk knew nothing about that. Just blocked the header, which stops the assist coming in. But great finish from Mariba. We lead 2-0. Mariba finds Pavlovic. No, he doesn't. Quansah. He wants games of football, and he gets himself sent off in a game of dominating. He's complaining about first 10 minutes, gets himself sent off. Right. Pavlovic is one of our most important players, but on a booking, and I can't really risk another red card, right? But Saravolo is the one that makes the most sense. Dewberry, out of all of them, I want to take off. I'm going to move Saravolo out to there, and as an advanced playmaker, I just tell him just to go out there and play football. And Pavlovic is going to come off, which I know is a big call, and Reneke is going to come in. Can actually go into this system here and move it back to an advanced playmaker and support as well. And I just start time wasting a little bit. Be that touch more disciplined. It's a big... We're dominating this game. Look how much we've been dominating. 64% of the ball and absolutely carving up Brighton. And now a red card. Now a red card. Just stupidity from Quansah. Saravolo, Kristovic. Mistake. Need to get away with this one. Good from Arthur. Good positioning from our keeper here. Need Arthur to have a big second half, you feel. Reba looking for Saravolo. Overlapping run here of Destiny, your doggy. On your bike, Destiny. Ball towards... Oh my God, what a ball. Dewberry didn't hit it first time. Instead, Kristovic deflected and wide. Could have been 3-0. What a ball from Destiny, your doggy. I reckon Dewberry has to take that one touch and on his non-preferred right across the keeper. What a ball. Dewberry's ball in towards Udogi, doesn't win it. Hopefully this gets us into half-time. It does. We lead 2-0 at half-time in a very big game for us. We've been much the better side, and then we have a red card. Look, you're doing brilliantly, boys. Start the second half. In a season where you want to start eking away from that relegation zone, this is not something you want to have happen. Your first choice right back get injured, and then one of the guys that could replace your right back gets suspended because he's been complaining. Like, his first proper start for this season. I think I started in one other game. And yeah. Anyway, Koulibaly wins, but it's only going to be thumped as far as a Stupian. And, well, Mariba steps up and wins. He's got no help here, Mariba. In the end, it's going to fall to Joe Pedro. And while Reneke with a tackle, it falls to Ayari. But everything falling to him. Pedro's onside. Arthur's beat. 2-1, just like that. 2-1, just like that. Wow. Well, boys, if we get involved in a relegation fight or we do get relegated, we'll look back at this game against Brighton going, we could have been 6 points clear of a team in the relegation zone this season. And Quansah threw it away. Koulibaly, that's not going to find anyone. Verbruggen's Verbruggen. And go long. In the end, Waylon Reneke finds Noah Hay. Ariga. You doggy, that's a bad ball. And that's a finish. Hey, man. Jesus Christ. It's on forward on attack. Get closer to Kristovic. Make those changes here. Oh, Quansah has screwed us. Quansah has screwed us. Just no need. If we don't win this game, if we lose this game, I'm going to fine him 2 weeks' wages, and if he kicks up a stink, I'm going to transfer list him. Lo Celso has scored from distance this season already from a free kick in match day 1. This would be a nice time to do it again. Lo Celso, wow. That is the cleanest free kick I've seen this year so far on FM24. That's your goal of the year. The one in the first game of the season was special. This one is just all top bin. Wow, Lo Celso from a mile out has just banged one into the top bin. Oh my word. Mistake? Kristovic, this is your moment. This is your time. I can't believe you missed it that much. 65 minutes play, we are going to make a change here. We are going to bring Herman in. Apparently I've made 5 changes. I can't do that. Okay. Didn't know we made 5 changes. Can't believe Kristovic has just missed that. That is a really bad miss. That should have been 4-2. Kristovic. Noah Hayes, he had time and he thumps it back to dunk. Stupid now. Arthur needs the press. Oh, nearly won it on his touch too. That could be our ball, Lo Celso. Very well done, Lo Celso. Arthur now. Still wants to play football. Waylon Reneke, he's not getting dropped anytime soon after I just saw from Quansah. Lo Celso. Kristovic. Leaves it away. Joe Pedro. Matoma. Aria. Oh, it's a good finish. It's 3-3. It's 3-3. It's 3-3. We've been the better side here. We've been much the better side. This has been stupid. We do not deserve this. Kristovic finds Koulibaly. Needs a ball out the other side. Lo Celso's the target. Why on earth, man, would you go that way? You could bring it down and take a touch. You're a skillful enough player. But how on earth do you not see if you just knock it into this space that we've just got Noah Hay just going? Let's head it into the group of 5 fucking Brighton players. What idiocy. What stupidity. Lamptey. Waylon Reneke. Big moment. 4-3 down. We led 2-0. We had a red card. With 10 men, we got it back to 3-2. And now we're 4-3 down. Now we're 4-3 down. And it's one man's fault. And as much as I like him in real life being a Liverpool fan, and I think he's got a bit of a future in the game, he has cost us dearly today. And when you're a relegation-threatened side, you cannot throw points like this away. And we've thrown some big points away today. I'm going to slate him in the press, and I'm going to go after him in the press, and I'm going to fine him, and I'm going to make it known that, yes, you asked me, literally, before this game to be playing more minutes, and Kristovic could save you, but nearly did. It was a good attempt of a chip. That's the other thing. Kristovic missed a big chance to go 4-2 up. Huge chance. With 10 men, we still had 60% of the ball and nearly 3 XG. Stupidity. Sambo. Going on a run. Don't deserve to be 5-3, that's for sure. Blocked and then headed over the bar by Taiwo Anamani, who's joined here from Forest. Matoma now, set piece. Headed over the bar from Harry Maguire. We lost because of one man today. We lost because of one man. We're going to slate him in the press right now. Mr. Quansah, huh? Mr. fucking Quansah. Sep's fine. I'm going to slate him now too. I'm going to go give him a personal team talk. Ashby's out for how long? 3 to 5 weeks. Another injury. Never got asked about Quansah. Really? Warm player. Last game. Point the finger. See you later then. I don't care. He just cost us a game that we could get relegated in. Just cost us big time, mate. Just cost us big time. See these guys at the end of the Fulham game to see what goes on. Cannot believe, through one man's stupidity, we now find ourselves only a few points outside the relegation zone instead of being 6 points clear of the relegation zone. And in the season, we can't afford that. That is stupid. from Quansah. Good morning, YouTube. It's the day after the stream. The only game the stream didn't watch was this Fulham game. They're actually in the top half, as you can see from the table. They're Fulham. They're in ninth. Didn't expect them to be fighting relegation. As you can see, though, we did lose 2-0 in a game that was fairly even-ish. You know, they had a slightly more amount of shots, but it was an even game. We had better match momentum, which I'm about to show you. That actually means, though, after the run of games that we've had, we're 13th. After 16 played with 18 points and a -4 goal difference. It's not setting the world alight, but it's a decent position to be in considering we were a relegation threatened side last year. In terms of the other results since the the Brighton game, apologies. We did beat Leicester before Brighton, obviously there too. We drew to Burnley in a game that we were the dominant side at home, but we're 1-0 down. We had more XG, slightly more possession, more shots. We had more momentum in the game, eventually scoring an 88th minute goal through Mr. Herman, which was good. We beat Norwich 2-1 in a game that we always look like that we were in. We had more of the ball and better momentum yet again, but it was a game that was fairly even in terms of chance creation. Norwich sat there, didn't do much with the ball, but went on the break a lot. In the end, it was a lovely goal and a goal of the episode for me between Orsic, the elder statesman, and Mullen with his first goal this season off the bench in a season where I'm releasing him at the end of his contract or hoping he retires. Drops in here, plays a nice 1-2 of Orsic, great ball through, and then into the roof of the net goes Mr. Mullen, and that is 2-1 and a very important win. Unfortunately, though, we played Swansea, and we obviously played them at home at the Swansea Stadium, and in the most boring game ever, it finished 0-0. Herman got injured in the 90th plus 6th minute, so he played with 10 men for a minute, and they scored, but mercifully was offside by an absolute country mile. It was a game that only had 2 highlights throughout the whole game, and me and the streamer were like watching this going, this is ludicrous. Obviously, we lost this Fulham game just gone, but if we look at the Data Hub team performance and match momentum, I feel like we were slightly the better team. The period where Fulham scored their second goal, I can understand them scoring. They were on top for there. But our period, obviously, especially first half, we dominated. To concede right before halftime was pretty annoying. Means for the Data Hub at the end of this episode, we currently sit in 13th. Expected position at the moment with expected points apparently is 8th. And that means that we're just massively underperforming, and you can take the positive and the negative out of that. The positive is the system's obviously doing very well. The positive 4-2-3-1's creating chances and creating points expectation, which is great. We just do not have the quality at the moment at the football club to be finishing enough chances and defensively keep enough clean sheets in order to match our data. And look, that's expected for a team that is predicted to finish second bottom this season, so I've got no issues with that. What that means, though, is that we're in a pretty solid position. Brentford, I expect to pick up the pace a little bit. They're Brentford, for goodness sake, so I don't expect them getting relegated, but we are obviously 5 points clear of them in the drop zone and the same goal difference. As long as we don't go on a massive losing streak, which I know we're about to play Man United, Arsenal, City, and Chelsea, yet again in that very hard run as we did in the start of the year. I don't expect to win or draw many of these games. However, if we can hang around the 20-point mark, maybe get one win against Everton, we're not going to be in the relegation zone, so that means we're going to be in a fairly comfortable position. Lucky last, we did get drawn against Stoke in the FA Cup. Thank God it wasn't Manchester City again in the third round. I'm going to come back for an episode that's probably going to be highlighted by Leeds and Brentford or West Ham. Going to be coming in after Feb. If I bring any players in, it's more than likely a right back. I definitely think we need a full-time right back and see how we go. Lucky last, in terms of the Quansah situation, I have actually been playing him at right back. The only reason for playing him at right back is we've had Ashby out, unfortunately, with an injury, and we've also had Mariba away on African Cup of Nations, and we had Koulibaly still away with African Cup of Nations. Or World Cup qualifying. If it's World Cup qualifying, going to be African Cup of Nations. The reason why is in 2027, instead of doing it in January, they do it in late November and December. Don't know why, but that's something that's programmed into the game. So we've actually had a bit of a rotated squad and injuries. So Quansah's been playing right back. He's actually been looking okay at right back. So I've told him that I'll take him off the transfer list if he's happy to be a squad player. We've kind of come to that mutual agreement, and now he's pretty happy to be at the football club, and I've forgiven him for the red card that could have cost us relegation, but mercifully because we beat Brighton. I wish we did. We beat Norwich and drew to Burnley and Swansea. We have not lost too many points there. Yeah, it would be nice to beat bottom, and yes, it would be nice to beat another relegation-threatened side, but that's not all Quansah's fault. With that all being said, give it a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm going to go back, it's half-time in the Liverpool game and go watch that. I've got obviously on my second screen Manchester United and Chelsea, which I'm kind of looking down here because I need Cole Palmer to get me points. Catch you guys later. Have a great one. Thank you, and goodbye.